Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, we have Ana Popovic, and this is going to be Can You Stand the Heat, coming from 2012, and she's playing with a great band. This is a live band performance here, so let's get Ana up on screen and see how she gets on.
The comfort zone I got, play to lose. Baby, I'm not bad at inside, trying to keep my cool. I got cold shivers down my spine, I can't keep my seat. It's all about the first impression. Baby, can you stand the heat? Try to speak with a dry throat, standing still or shaking knees. Boys, girls, please, insecurely, hell left to freeze. When I come across as second to none, how's it slipping the beat? It's all about the first impression. Baby, can you stand the heat? I got high expectations and I'm hungry for more. Won't you just put me down the line? Show me what I'm in for. Hang around your door, show no people defeat. I wanna lay it all on the table, see you can stand the heat. Stand the heat. Baby, can you stand the heat?
So, we haven't had any guitar work yet from Ana, but it is going to be coming up. But I just want to mention the fact that this band is so cool and so tight, and there's so much going on. I know that Ana hasn't played any guitar yet. She's supplying a really great vocal, and she's one of those singers and performers that even if she didn't play guitar, she has a really solid lead vocal there. So you wouldn't really question it if she was just kind of singing up front and that was all you got from the track. But as we know, she's going to be getting into some guitar work later. But what a great tight band. They're individually brilliant in their own way, and when they come together they get such a great funky soulful groove in this track. I'm just going to give them all a quick shout out because they're that good that they deserve a little bit of recognition here. So we've got Ana Popovic obviously on lead vocals and guitar, which we'll see in a second. We've got Tony Coleman on drums, John Williams on bass, we've got Frank Ray Jr. on the Hammond B3, Harold Smith on rhythm guitar, Mark Franklin on trumpet, Kirk Smothers on saxophone, Stephanie Bolton and Charisse Norman on backing vocals. So what a great setup of musicians we've got here. But we're just going to listen on to a little bit more and then we'll get stuck into Ana's lead guitar playing. But just have a listen to the band, how they are interacting with each other, how tight that bass is as well, and how cool Ana's vocal is over the top. This is all live and it's really impressive.
Oh, baby, can you stand the heat? Can you stand the heat? Trying to speak with a dry throat, sitting still or shaking knees. Boys, girls, swings, insecure, and the hell left to freeze. When I come across as second to none, I'm skipping a beat. It's all about the first impression. Baby, can you stand the heat? I got high expectations and I'm hungry for more. Won't you just spit me down the line? Show me what I'm in for. I wanna hang around your door, show no fear for defeat. I wanna lay it all on the table, see who can stand the heat. Stand the heat. Baby, can you stand the heat? Oh, baby, can you stand the heat? Can you stand the heat? Oh, man of truth, only some.
I mean, you can just listen to this band. Imagine actually seeing Ana on the road if she's got this band set up. You know, you get that impact of the trumpet and saxophone and great backing singers and great drummer and great bassist as well. Tony Coleman and John Williams there on drums and bass respectively. It's like so tight that everything is laid there. The foundation for everything on top is exactly where you want it. I'm going to cue it forward now just to get to Ana's lead guitar just as she breaks off from the vocals.
tried throw.
And what a cool lead break that was. And I love the idea of thinking of someone watching Ana for the first time and just thinking that she's a singer and one of those front women who maybe have a guitar, but it's more of a prop, and they just kind of strum out the chords of the D and the G and the A. And as soon as she starts playing, it just demands attention, that lead break. And going into her solo, what I do like about Ana is that she actually throws in a lot of major key notes in there. And a lot of the blues, a lot of players tend to just stick in that minor shape all the time, pentatonic shape 1. Sometimes when you're playing blues, it's so easy to just fall into playing the same lines over and over again. And they're all pretty much minor based with that occasional flip into a major, but the major notes aren't thrown in there regularly, whereas Ana is always throwing in, maybe every third, fourth, fifth note, she'll throw in the major scale, and it gives it a really cool vibe and a really cool change from the normal blues that you might start to get used to hearing. And all the best players could do that. They could play those major scale notes, get into their major shapes, and then combine those with those minor pentatonic notes as well, and that minor shape, and throwing in the blues scale as well. And some of the stuff that she's playing is quite fast and it's quite quick with really accurate slides as well. So you might miss the fact, those tiny little details of those little majors that she just slides into and then leaves, gets back into the minors, then straight into the majors again. So a really cool twist. I've cued it forward again so we can have a little listen to Ana's second lead break.
Can you stand the heat? Can you stand the heat?
I'm just going to stop it there. Just John Williams coming in with a great vocal as well as being just an outstanding bass player. But I just wanted to point out that Ana, don't make the mistake of thinking that she's a one-trick pony. I've seen her play some really great slide stuff as well. So she's one of those players that doesn't just stick to one style. She's kind of worked on other styles as well. And what I love about her tone here is that she's left that wah on the open setting. If you imagine the pedal, it's been pushed down so it's open, which gives you that bright, trebly sound, which really cuts through for any lead work that you might be playing. What artists tend to do with their lead tones is they have it set up maybe 25% louder than their rhythm tone, just to make sure that when they do start playing, it cuts through. But if you've got your tones at the same level, the wah on that open wah setting can be a really great tool just to use to put your guitar above everything else, or at least cutting through everything else so people can hear your lead work. And of course, I'm talking about smaller gigs here. Once you get to a more professional setup and larger venues, you'll have a sound man who knows the set, knows all the songs, and knows exactly when the lead guitar is about to come in. So just before it does, he'll just up that channel on the mixer to make sure that the lead guitar sits above everything else just nicely in the mix. So now we're going to be getting into a part of the video where Harold Smith, who's playing rhythm guitar, is now going to play a little bit of lead. So have a listen out for this, because Harold's got some chops as well. And that's it. And that's Tony Coleman on drums. He just said, "Oh, I've had enough. That's it. We're just too good." It gets to that point. But really cool video here. And as I said, have a little listen out to all the different parts of the band here, because it's a really, really top band. There's so many great elements in here. And Anna's lead playing is great. And when Harold comes in with his little bits of lead, he's a really accomplished player as well. Another thing on that tone is that by having that wah set to open, it means that Anna's lead can be distinguished from Harold's lead as well. So it's one of those things, if you are in a band and you have two players, it's a great way of distinguishing between your two tones. And I haven't mentioned vibrato yet, but Anna's one of those players, like all the top players really, who edit their vibrato as they go along. Anna's got great vibrato on these fretted notes, and because of the funky, soulful kind of feel in there, it's great to have that ability to just increase the frequency of your vibrato to really set it in the feel and the groove of the track. But what a great player, Ana Popovic, and what a great all-round performance here. But thank you so much for suggesting this video for me to take a look at. Keep those suggestions coming in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one.